Good morning, everybody. I would like to thank Pastor Chuck for inviting me to speak today and thank all of you for your generosity and recent donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lehigh Valley. As Pastor Chuck said, my name is Clare Coupe. I am a pickleball player, but I'm also the Director of Individual Giving and Corporate Development at Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I'd love to share with you a little bit more about our agency, the work we do, and how your contribution is being used. So I like to say at Big Brothers Big Sisters, we're game changers. We change the game for youth in the Lehigh Valley. Our mission is to create and support one-to-one relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. We have been creating these one-to-one mentoring relationships in the Valley for over 50 years, and the impact has had a ripple effect on our community. We offer a variety of programs, but our hallmark program is our community-based mentoring program. And that's what we're using your donation to support. So kind of to illustrate the power of mentoring, I wanted to share a couple of stories with you. The first one is I joined Big Brothers Big Sisters just about a year ago. At the time, I was job searching. I wanted to find a nonprofit organization that worked with youth and where I could make a difference. I mentioned to one of my friends, who I've known for a long time, that I was going to interview with Big Brothers Big Sisters. She was stunned into silence and then said, "My big sister changed my life," which I just got goosebumps as she said it to me. And I was really surprised. I have known her for a long time, and I never knew that she had a big sister. We spoke some more. I asked a lot of questions. Obviously, it was also good interview preparation for me. But she also described to me that as a first-generation Syrian American, she was a shy elementary student. She had a lot of challenges that she was facing, including a language barrier. There was no English spoken at home. She told me that her big sister helped her navigate elementary school. She helped her gain confidence in the English language, gain confidence in herself. She helped her with her schoolwork. She helped her with projects. She really wanted her to be successful as a student and not fall behind. She also remembers that her big sister took her to a bowling alley for the first time. That's a very cemented image in her mind. She said it might have been our bowl for kids' sake, but she doesn't know if it was that. She's now a wife, a mom. She has 3 amazing adult sons, and she's a successful real estate agent. She was a teacher for many years. She's done a lot of things, and she gives back all the time. She would quote, I can quote her because I have a quote from her, and she said, "My big sister played a crucial role in shaping me into the woman that I am today." And she's just one of all of the so many stories I've heard in the last year. Feels like no matter where I go, when I mention where I work, somebody has some relationship to Big Brothers Big Sisters. Interestingly enough, also, Jelly Roll is a new spokesperson for us. So interesting that song came up. So he has been mentored greatly in his life and wants to give back to us. So one more story. A few weeks ago, I had the great honor of meeting Tony and Santos. They happen to be our longest matched big and little. They met when Santos was 10, and he just turned 21 this month. Santos told me the story of when they first met. The first question he asked Tony was, when's your birthday? And Tony shared it with them. And Santos was stunned and so surprised because it was the same birthday as his deceased father. And he thought, on first thought, like, how could this have happened? And then on second thought, immediately he said, within a minute, I thought, my dad has sent me Tony. And that is where their relationship began. Imagine that. 11 years later, they both tell stories about what it's meant to be in each other's lives. Santos repeated jokes back to me that Tony has told him over the years, and he still laughs at those, many of them. He talked about times that they've gone together and had fun, shared a meal, went to the movies, but he also said there were times that Tony said, "We're going to stay back at my house, and we're going to work on your homework, or we're going to prepare you for the test you have tomorrow." Tony was able to provide guidance through middle school and high school, years you and I know are crucial to a child's development. They provide opportunities for good choices and bad choices, and Tony really was there to guide Santos to make those positive choices. And I've heard both Santos and his mom just sing the praises of Tony. But Tony would also be the first to say that positive impact is not a one-way street. That as a big brother, he has gained so much and learned so much from Santos over the years. Santos is currently working as a special education teacher assistant. He works for the Iron Pigs part-time, and he is looking at what is next in his education. He told me he's looking forward to his wedding day and seeing Santos there to celebrate having Tony there to celebrate with him. And at some point, they will no longer be a match. We will follow them till they're 25 if they'll have us. We know that they're going to remain in one another's lives forever. So these are just two examples of the impact that Big Brothers Big Sisters has had on youth and in turn the community. Both Santos and Lisa are now thriving, contributing members of society and specifically the Lehigh Valley. So I want to talk about how that happens. So at Big Brothers Big Sisters, we have a robust system in place that supports our bigs, littles, and the littles families from the beginning. We carefully screen our bigs, which is paramount to our commitment to youth safety. As part of the process, we also talk about what's important to them, what kinds of activities they like to do, what hobbies are, really try to get to know them. And then we also speak with families and or guardians of the little to understand what their goals are for their young person being matched with an adult big. We speak with the youth to understand what they are excited about in terms of having a big brother or a big sister, and also what their interests and hobbies are. So that process really allows us to make matches that connect from the start. A few weeks ago, we had a match that came in. The big, not knowing that the little was really into like Pikachu and all of that, had those earrings on. And so immediately they got connected. So not only do we make that match, we continue to support them. We have match support specialists that follow up and check in with the bigs and littles for the first year every month. After a year, every quarter, they talk individually with the big, they talk with the little, they talk with the little's family to make sure that things are going well. They ask a lot of questions, they guide them, they provide coaching, and they celebrate that relationship and how it's growing over time. That process is completely unique to Big Brothers Big Sisters. It's not something you'll find in other mentoring programs. It's something we're proud of, and we know that it works. So how do we know it works? We ask for a 1-year commitment from a volunteer big, but our average match length is 40 months, so over 3 years. So imagine being a young person who maybe has not had a lot of people in their life, who all of a sudden has an adult who keeps showing up for them, who is somebody that they can count on. We know that many of these matches also continue beyond when they're part of our program. They stay in each other's lives forever. And we know that long-term relationships are key to building trust and achieving meaningful results. So I do have some of those results. I only have a few statistics because statistics don't really tell the full story. But in the last year, 100% of our youth had no involvement with the police or in the juvenile justice system. 99% maintained or decreased their bullying behaviors, and 96% met or exceeded their educational expectations. So these numbers are important, but they can never tell the full story. How can we quantify the change in self-confidence or the feeling that somebody believes in you? So one of the things important that you know that we're completely self-funded in the Lehigh Valley. So we don't receive any funding from Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. Our funding comes completely through grants, through companies, through individual donations, and through groups like you that want to make an investment in youth. Our goal is to always serve more children. We currently serve between 350 to 400 individuals annually, but we also have 393 young people on our waiting list. And the average time spent is 1.5 years on the waiting list. Yep, 393. So they're waiting to be matched with a mentor. So the funding that we receive from groups like you allows us to recruit, to train, to match, and to support more youth. It's important that you know that 100% of your donation stays right here. We work with Lehigh County and Northampton County. So it's all Lehigh Valley youth that you're impacting. So I'm going to close by using some words of our CEO, Susan Bartles. She actually became a big sister when she was in college and has had 6 little sisters in the last 30 years. She's been leading our organization for 11 years. And for me, I love telling people that I work for somebody that not only works our mission, but she truly lives our mission. So she says that when you support Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Lehigh Valley, you're supporting a stronger, more connected community. You're creating a future where young people can achieve their dreams, and you're helping make the Lehigh Valley a place where everyone can thrive. So I want to thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your generous donation. So I think we handed out some copies of our year-end report so you can see some more of those statistics, another story. And in the back, I also included a paper about being a big brother or big sister. If any of you are interested or you know somebody who you think would be a good fit for our organization, we would love to talk to them. We're always looking for more volunteer big brothers and big sisters. So thank you.